Ben, first and foremost, first NBA win. Just how are you feeling right now?
Good, good. I feel pretty good. Like you said, my first NBA win. I'm looking forward to have many more, and it was really fun tonight.
The outside shot was falling for you tonight more so than the first couple of games. What went into you hunting that a little more, and why did you think that it was working for you in this one?
Pretty much, like I said before, my teammates, trusted me, giving me the ball in certain ways, and I feel like I got a little bit more involved, in the last quarter, and everything went pretty good.
Starting lineup was changed tonight, which also means the second unit was different. Did you feel like that group ended up gelling, and how do you feel like you did within that group you were with?
Pretty much, it's all about how we start. How we start the quarter. I got 2 fouls in the first quarter. Slow down, started pretty slow, but after that, once we picked up the pace, everything was pretty good.
You're getting more familiar now playing with Tyrese a lot tonight. Just what's your chemistry like with him on the court so far?
It's improving. Improving. Tyrese is a great point guard. He has a great court vision, and he's really unselfish. So just having him, by my side, as my point guard, it's pretty good.
What's your mentality just entering the game off the bench so far this year and putting up the points you are just so efficiently? Like, what's your mindset walking into the game when you come in?
I pretty much have the same mindset. If I would start, if I didn't start. For me, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, I'm a rookie. I have to walk my way up, but it's not a big deal.
Ben, it seemed like the team in general was just extra fired up tonight. How much did you guys feed off each other with each dunk, each block, each big shot?
It was good, man. It was really fun. The fans, got into it. Having Sticks that played, Jalen Smith that played really good today. He played like he wanted to win. I'm not saying normally he doesn't, but I'm saying today was really he was really showing out, and having other guys like Tyrese setting the pace. Chris, it was really fun having plays like Isaiah got 5 blocks today. Everybody was on their feet, So just having, small plays on defense, what really pushed us on offense.
Ben, you were up against Ivy tonight, who was drafted in your same class, one spot ahead of you. Is there any added chip on your shoulder when you're going up against these guys that were maybe drafted one or up ahead of you?
For sure. I know exactly who was drafted before me. It's nothing personal, but I'm going to make sure every time I step on the court, they won't know who I am. I mean, if it's draft pick or, just whoever I'm playing in general. Jay Ivey's a great player. He's an amazing player. His face is crazy, So it was really fun playing my first time against him.
It's a long season, granted, but losing 2 at home already, how important was it to win tonight? You needed something as a positive reinforcement.
For sure, it was pretty much a rough week, having 2 home games, 2 losses. We bounced back tonight, and looking forward to play Philly, next game. So, obviously, our goal is to win. So we just got to start. We got to start somewhere to get somewhere,
Rick, what did you see as the biggest difference in Jalen's performance from the first 2 games to tonight?
He stepped on the floor with a different posture and disposition at the very beginning of the game. May have taken him getting hit in the face last game, because this game will hit you in the face if you're not ready to play. He was ready to play tonight, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant, And so, look, 19 and 15 ain't going to happen every night, but he has the capabilities to step out there like he did today. And there are a few people that talked to him this afternoon, about what he needed to do just from a dispositional standpoint, and he answered the bell.
What exactly was it about his posture, disposition that you could tell as he stepped on the court?
I think I just explained it. He was in a hit-first mode, and that's how you got to be in this league.
Similar to the last game, the defense in the first quarter wasn't there, but it was much better over the last 3 quarters. What did you kind of see that changed for this team that worked so well to close out this game?
Look, a couple things that I want to mention. I mean, Chris Duarte played a great game. You know, he didn't have a great shooting night, but he brought a competitiveness and an attitude to this game off the bench that was integral to this win. His dunk, it was a statement kind of play, in my opinion. I mean, you know, he just, you know, he just was in that mode, and it was great to see. It was great to see. It was all competing and nothing else, and it was beautiful to watch. And I forgot your question.
About the defense improvement over the final 3 quarters in this game.
Yeah, Ron made a couple nice adjustments defensively throughout the game, but our intensity picked up. And, you know, the beginning of games, we're going to keep looking at it, talking about it. You know, lineups are fluid, all that kind of stuff. But we've got to keep playing. And I think we found out tonight the level of commitment, you know, to hard play and hard play for each other that it's going to take for us to win games.
Called timeout with about 5.5 minutes left. You guys are up by 5 and then jumped all over them for the rest of the game. What did you say in that moment to kind of get them all prepared for the close of that game?
Well, I mean, just, you know, some reminders about our process and, you know, how hard we had fought and that the last 5.5 minutes we were going to have to fight even harder, because this is where teams make a charge. You know, this is what we've been doing the last couple of games. And they came at us, you know, and made some plays. It was not unexpected. But our answers were strong and decisive, and you know, it was great to see, because the first 2 games were tough. They're tough, and we're, you know, back to back against a team that's, you know, a better team this year than they were last year with Bogdanovich and some of the moves that they made.
That was perhaps the best game of Goga's career, one of them. What did you see from him in this game and the way he was able to put his stamp on it?
Yeah, look, Goga was tremendous. He's been really, really good in all 3 of these games. And, you know, his emotion really got the crowd into it and kept them into it. That was really great to see. But, you know, was a big presence. He was a presence at the rim. He was a presence blocking shots. He's one of our best kind of movement flow players. Has a great feel for the game. And he's a guy that everybody in our locker room pulls for all the time. So it's really, really great to see.
Bennedict, another big game today in the scoring department. Just what's your assessment of him just when he comes in off the bench, just has the ability to come in and just make plays happen consistently, just scoring the ball, making energy plays. What's your overall opinions of the way he's played the first week of the season?
Yeah, he plays like a veteran. You know, he's got a great feel and disposition for a scorer. He has a level of patience. Look, things didn't happen for him right away tonight. You know, he was in the game several minutes before he even got a good look. And you know, during one of the early timeouts, I reminded him to, you know, get himself into the game defensively and by running, and then other good things will happen. And you know, eventually, I think his first basket was something going to the rim, and then, you know, his shot making in the fourth quarter was huge.
You talked last night about potentially changing lineups and then did it today. What went into the decision to start the 2 guys you did, and how did that change the overall rotation in a way that was positive for your team?
Yeah, I think Isaiah is, you know, with the pressure he puts on the rim, with Tyrese is a good combination. It was good last year. Needed to get Sticks back at 4. You know, he played 4 the entire training camp. You know, Miles' situation threw a curveball at him, and all of a sudden he was playing a position where he had very few reps. And so look, and that's one of the things that happens in the NBA. But tonight, you know, he was really ready to go, and you know, Jalen and Isaiah had good stretches together last year, and then Neesmith, you know, he's just a guy that wants the challenge of guarding the best guy to start the game. You know, he's tough, he's physical, he's about all the right things. You know, he made some key shots offensively tonight, and it's good to see that he's feeling better after the foot thing. So happy for him, and really happy for the team. You know, wins are difficult in this league, and our guys fought hard for this and earned it.
Jalen, just what was going for you tonight? Why were you able to do what you did?
Pretty much just the mentality, you know, this whole off season and leading up into the season, me and Coach Carlisle have been talking about presence on the court and having a different type of demeanor to myself as I step on the court, and that was pretty much my main focus. After last night's game, it left a bad feeling in me, and I felt as though that it was because of that presence and that demeanor, and I felt as though that I was going to come out this game and play with force and play with energy and effort and let the game control itself and control what I can control.
Rick mentioned you had some conversations with guys about what you needed to do tonight. What were those conversations? What did you get from those?
Pretty much I had conversations with all the coaches, and they were just talking about just play with energy and effort. You know, that was pretty much one of the main reasons why they brought me back was the energy and effort and being able to affect the game in many different ways. And I felt as though that was something I need to hone in on and pretty much try to focus on, just not letting missed shots or bad plays affect my game and just continuing, like I said, control what I can control, which was my energy and effort.
Did you feel more comfortable playing the 4 rather than the 5 like you did the past 2 games?
I feel comfortable playing both. You know, I mean, it was never out of place type thing for it. It was just, like I said, it was just that energy and that effort and just continuing to keep that up and not have spurts here and there during the game.
What was different, like, with your role, like what you have to do while playing the 4 versus the 5?
Pretty much you got to guard on the perimeter a lot more and being able to be in your shifts and your rotations. And I feel as though that took a step forward today. It's still a lot that I need to learn, you know. Obviously, that comes with learning the floor in the NBA. But pretty much, like I said, it was just having a guard mentality at that position because there's a lot of perimeter activity.
You mentioned having to guard on the perimeter. How do you feel you did in that aspect tonight?
I feel as though I did well. I kept my matchup in front of me. It was like maybe 1 or 2 times I let my matchup bump me and get to the rim. But every other time it was a contest at the rim or running them off the line, and I feel as though that I did a decent job at that.
How do you approach that with those kind of smaller, quicker guards when you're taller but they're pretty fast? How do you approach that?
Pretty much just using length. That's what Coach Lloyd talks to me about all the time is just using my length on defenders, and that's something that I have, and that's very crucial in this league is just being able to have that buffer between us. And like I said, using that length to be able to guard.